one day I wanted to do something cool. So let's do something scientific. Wow, it's cool. I want to extract DNA from strawberries. If I want to do this, I need to get some materials. So I'm gonna need strawberries, soap, and salt, and also alcohol. I already have salt and soap, so I'm gonna need to get some strawberries and some alcohol. First, I'm gonna need to cool this 91% isopropyl alcohol first, so it can be ice cold when I need it. I don't want to put it in the freezer because I don't know what happened to the fridge. While I'm waiting for that, I'm gonna quickly decimate some strawberries. I'm straining the system works. Yay, now it works. But not the filter. Rinse and repeat. Okay, now I need to start making the solution, and the first thing I need is water. Around like 200 milliliters is enough. Time to add in the dish soap. I think this is too much. Lastly, I need myself some salty salt. Time to mix this delicious solution. Now let's put them together. I don't know why, but I decided to drain it again. Now I'm gonna need some alcohol. "200 milliliters is enough. Let's mix them. Whoa, this looks cool. That's DNA, and that's not DNA. Ew, it's so slimy and weird, I don't like it. Finally. Hehe, Blob. Let's name him, Bob. Well, that was pretty cool. It was as fun as expected. Hey, if you have the materials, you can do it and even name it too. Like I said, check out Now Red's video to see how it works. But basically, the soap and the salt separate the DNA from the cells of the strawberries, and the alcohol makes it rise and clump together. Okay, I know those 4 people who watched my last video were probably not very interested in the experiment, but I'm doing it again, twice. So if I want to do this, I need materials from before, but with different fruit. 2 bananas, dish soap, a drainer, and a bowl, plastic bag, a beaker, salt, a crusher, which is optional, gloves, also optional, 200 milliliters of ice cold isopropyl alcohol, and water. First things first, like last time, the first thing I'm going to need to do is cool the alcohol. I searched it up, and apparently an average middle-sized banana weighs somewhere around 110 grams and a medium strawberry around 25 grams. That means 10 strawberries from last experiment are roughly the same mass as 2 bananas. Yay! Although I found it much easier and faster to crush the bananas, I found out that the mush is a lot stickier, mushy, and with very little viscosity. This is going to be a problem, as when I tried to drain it, no liquid came out. I mean, what can I expect? I probably should have put it in a blender. I don't know why, but it seems like there's now less banana than before. Maybe some of it is in the mix, or maybe the bowl's just big. Now I need to make the solution, and the first thing I need is around like 150 milliliters of water. I need some soap and some salt. Mix, mix, mix. Time to add the solution to the mix, and just like last time, there are a lot of bubbles. I'm gonna move this into a cup so I can actually extract the DNA. It's your time to shine, buddy. I gotta fill this up, around 200 milliliters. Was it always this hard to get the liquid out? The alcohol doesn't seem as cold as it was last time. Well, I gotta put this in before it starts turning warm. The alcohol doesn't seem to be rising. I tried to mix it in with the whisk, but kinda stuck to the whisk instead. I'm gonna guess that this is the DNA because it looks and feels like DNA is slimy because it sticks with the whisk. Well, what can I expect? There isn't much DNA because of probably improper execution, the alcohol isn't cold enough, there aren't enough of a certain material, maybe salt, there aren't enough bananas, or even because I didn't mix the bananas with the solution enough. So not that much DNA broke off the cells. Like last time, I'm gonna need a fruit. This time it's lemons. This time a citrus juicer because lemons are citrus. A whisk slash mixing spoon, a big bowl, salt, dish soap, a plastic cup, a beaker, and 91% isopropyl alcohol. So the first thing I'm gonna need is to cool the alcohol, and this time even colder. This time I'm gonna use a juicer as it is the easiest way to get the liquid from the lemons. I noticed that there was a lot of juice, more than the strawberries or the bananas, but this doesn't guarantee anything. Time to add the solution. After I added the alcohol, I noticed that the DNA didn't rise immediately, but rather after 5 minutes where a thin layer of DNA started to form. I analyzed that this DNA is a lot harder to clump together and therefore I was unable to take the DNA out of the juice. Well, that's all. Here's some analytics. When I did it with the strawberries, there was a lot more DNA and it was mushy and easy to clump together. The DNA was very small and most likely due to improper technique or a little banana mass. And lastly, lemon's DNA was there but only a thin layer and it didn't clump together. Thanks for watching the DNA extraction 7th graders take trilogy.